Hello and welcome to Lulie for another week, and what a better time to do it than after a win at Lulie Street on the weekend over the Bombers. It was even better. We got Marcus Wagner here, a very sporty looking Marcus Wagner today. What's going on here?
Oh, just channeling my 1980s Nigel Mansell Formula One pit crew outfit. I think it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, very motorsport-esque.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the game because you were there on the weekend watching it all unfold. Tell us how we beat the Bombers on Saturday afternoon.
A bit of a slow start. Essendon got right on top early. Clearance and contested ball, really getting it done at the source, but challenged our mids to fight back, and they did. Kind of arrested some momentum in the second quarter, but third quarter was really where we made our mark. Got the game on our terms and got to a good lead at three-quarter time, but we knew Essendon would come back. They definitely take the game on. They did so at the start of the last quarter, kicked the first two, but character of the group, they settled well, managed to get the 4 points.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned the slow start there, Wags, because it was something that was quite evident on the day, and we discussed with Brad Gotch after the game that shift in momentum.
It took a while to sort of get going. Probably the third quarter was our best quarter for the day and put a bit of a gap in, and then we got a bit of confidence up that we could win the game. Although to their credit, they kicked the first three, I think, at the last quarter to put a little bit of interest into the game, and we were able to rally and kick a couple more and end up winning by that 28-point margin. So very happy with that.
Now, Wags, you sit on match committee with the AFL team, and it's a very unique challenge we've got this week with 2 AFL games in the space of a week, and probably crucial to that is strong VFL performance. How did some of our listed guys stand out this week?
Well, that's right, Gasto. I think we need solid performers in VFL, but if there's ever a week we need to test our depth, it's this week. 2 games in 4 days. Obviously, we'll see how we pull up after Anzac Day on Wednesday, but there'll be inevitable change to our side going into Sunday. Some guys putting their hand up. Obviously, Daniel Wells coming back from injury, 123 Lulies.
Good amount of points.
He was, and it was a game where it was a pretty messy game, and he was the class player out on the ground. Just his ball use was exceptional. Still building back to full fitness, so really liked what he did with ball in hand. Alex Fasolo's coming along really strongly, kicked 4 goals, strong Lulie performer. And the guy I want to touch on is Brayden Sier. He's not in the top 5 Lulies, but still scored 90. Model of consistency this year, the big bear.
Well, hang on. What's with the bear?
Have you seen the size of him?
He's a big boy.
He is a bear.
So you have the bear, Brayden Sier, and the bull, Rupert Wills.
Yep, that's the name of the new Collingwood pub, the Bull and Bear.
I like it.
On Lulie Street, we'll build it. There's your post-career move, boys, the Bull and the Bear. But yeah, Brayden Sier going really strong. From last year, he showed flashes, but was in and out of games. This year, he's just a model of consistency. His ball winning, clearance work, tackling is just been top shelf, and if he keeps playing like that, he'll get his chance sooner rather than later. The other real positive is, as we touched on last week, Sammy McClarty is just progressing week on week in the ruck. His contest is huge, and again, if he keeps playing like that, he'll get his chance sooner rather than later.
Very interesting. Will, is the bull, the bear, any animal-related nickname player worthy of your United Petroleum Player of the Week this week?
Great question, Gast. Well, I've got to give the VFL boys some love. It was a purely AFL show last week, and I copped a bit of feedback. So, but on his own accord, it was Marty Hoare. Had a fantastic game down back.
Good selection.
Won lots of the ball himself, but took a lot of mocks. That's marked from opposition kicks, which we love our defenders to do. Really sure with the ball in hand. What animal could Marty Hoare be? Marty Hoare the boar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go.
That's nice.
Run with that, Lulie team. So we've got the boar down back, the bull, and the bear.
And the bear. Well, the ball had 27 disposals, 11 marks, and yeah, was really influential back there. So good selection.
Was that the bull or
from you, I think.
the boar?
The boar.
Okay, yes.
This is getting confusing.
Yes, it is. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
We'll move straight on from that because as good as his performance was on the weekend, unfortunately we won't see any of our VFL Magpies in action this week. We've got a bye. Good chance to refresh and kind of take stock a little bit. Yeah,
we started the season well. Obviously disappointing against Port Melbourne, but to be 2-1 going into our first bye, it's important. Reload, refresh. Werribee at Avalon Airport Oval, the newly refurbished Avalon Airport Oval. So we'll be good to see what that looks like. But the boys refresh. Obviously, we've got a big week this week with Anzac Day on Wednesday, and then the short turnaround into Richmond. So we're going to need our full squad up and humming. And then before we get stuck into VFL in a week and a half's time.
It's very exciting.
Very exciting, Gasto.
Thank you for watching Lulie for another week. We will have a week off next week, I think, and be back after that, after we take on Werribee. So until then, go VFL Pies.